Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to Math is Easy Step by Step. So here I'm continuing to go over scientific notation. Now I've covered the essentials in order to answer the problem. In the word problem using scientific notation, you have to convert standard form number value into scientific notation. But I want to continue in this series by showing you how to convert scientific notation into standard form. And I'm just going to go over a few examples. Since these type of examples are not needed to answer the question, they're giving you just further understanding of how to convert scientific notation back into a regular standard number. It's important to continue what I had started. So after this particular part 4 video and part 5 and part 6, I'm going to show you how to answer the question to that scientific notation word problem. So I'm just going to jump right on into it and show you some examples. Again, these are examples of converting scientific notation, that's the time 10 to an exponential power, into a regular number, or what's called standard form number. All right. So the rule when converting scientific notation back into a standard number is you're going to focus on this exponent. You're going to move the decimal just like we did before, but now you're going to move it to eliminate the times 10 and the exponential power to turn this right back into just a standardized number. The rule is if it's a positive in scientific notation and you're moving that decimal to create a normal standard form, just a normal number, positive 3 or positive exponent means move the decimal 3 times to the right. If it was a negative exponent and we're converting scientific notation back into just a regular standard form number, and it was a negative 3, you'd move it the other direction to the left. Those are the rules. So let's take a look at a couple examples. If this is a positive 3 exponent, I want to change 1.02 into a normal number. The rule is positive 3, move it 3 to the right. So 1, 2, 3 times to the right. I'll put a 0 here, and then the decimal should show this value. And just like you see here, 1.02 times 10 to the third power becomes converted into a Jiminy Christmas. There's a lot of shaking happening here today. I apologize for all this shaking right there. Okay, so we move the decimal 3 places to the right. I end up with 1,020. Why? Because the exponential power was positive 3. Move it 3 places to the right. And you have your new converted normal number, or what's called standard form number. Whew, I apologize for that shaking. There's a lot of shaking happening here. All right. So if we have, and then of course the opposite, I'm still using that same value, 1.02 times 10, but now it's to the negative 3. So instead of moving the decimal to the right with the positive, with the negative 3, move it to the left. So move the decimal 3 times to the left because it's a negative 3 exponential value. 1, 2, 3. We put a decimal point, add a couple zeros, and now you can see I've converted my scientific notation into standard form. Oops, a little more. Let me get that here just a little bit more. Right there we go. All right, okay. So you can see here, 3 places to the left, put a couple zeros. Don't forget that decimal. And now you have your standard form value. A couple more examples here. I got at least one more, maybe 2. Yeah, I got 2 more. Let me raise that up here. So again, we have a positive exponential value. Excuse me. Positive exponential value, move that decimal to the right 5 times in order to create that standard conversion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to the right. That gives me 500,000. One more example here. I've got a scientific notation, 9.13 times 10 to the negative 5. Because it's a negative value, I take that decimal and move it to the left 5 times. Let me show you what that looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adding the zeros as placeholders. 5 times to the left. I've converted my scientific notation into standard form notation. So the rules are kind of tricky to remember, but once you practice, you can really get this down. And once you become comfortable with understanding how to convert values into scientific notation and scientific notation into standard form numbers, this word problem that we're working on here, excuse me, involving scientific notation will become much easier, and you'll have an advantage when it comes to answering these questions on these standardized exams. Thank you for joining me. If I've helped you, please help me bring these videos to others by liking, following, and sharing these videos. I'd like to get 200,000 views and 20,000 followers if it's possible. I appreciate your stars, your donations, your gifts. Stay tuned. I'll be doing some live here within the next few weeks. So stay tuned for some live math is easy, step by step. Thank you for joining.